The name's Dino. Dino Man. Dino something. Huh. Oh, all right. Hello. Hello and welcome, everybody, to tonight's fantastic dinosaur action. After a couple nights off there and playing the pretty darn fantastic TCG card shop simulator. Love that game. It's a lot of fun being so open-ended and whatnot, but tonight is the usual Dinosaurs Stampede variation, focusing on the namesake Ghalta Stampede Tyrant. The list, as always, in the description. This is, again, Arena, Explorer, Best of 3, Mythic at the moment, and well, as the title goes, I don't stop when I'm tired, I stop when I'm done, and hopefully I stabilize, gain just enough life to make the opponents run out of gas, the more aggressive opponents. As always, the list is in the description and the link to all the stuff, including the Discord. If you haven't joined it already, you enjoy that sort of stuff. But what was I looking for? Oh, the little guy. Okay, good. Pretend like he's sitting on my head. Hopefully everybody's week has been going good, but if it perhaps hasn't, we're going to have a very good time here. Lovely time. You can see, for many of you that are, well, if you've been watching it for a while, this is quite a bit different. Some of the big heavy hitters are gone, switched up a little bit. Some of the classic spells, but it feels pretty good, pretty interesting. And if you are new and you want to know a further rundown, of course there is the primer and whatnot, but that's weird. The chat is disconnecting and then reconnecting. Sometimes this is strange. There must be some sort of glitch. So if you are trying to chat and I don't see it or I don't respond, that might be why. But again, 2-hour live primer that I did a while ago. The game plan is the same. You got Sunken, tapping for 2 green, usually 2 green. 1 land, 2 mana, goes towards Castle Garenbrig, supercharging it. If you have 2 Sunken, you have 4 mana. Castle Garenbrig's ability to tap, make 6 green for a creature or their activated abilities. Lovely stuff. But yeah, I say we pretty much jump right into it. The change, kind of. Verdant Sun's avatar. Whenever it or another creature enters, I gain life equal to that creature's toughness. This is a deck all about barfing a lot of stuff. If Verdant Sun's avatar is part of that package, boom, I'm gaining maybe 8 from T-Rex, a Sire of 7 deaths, 15, maybe a Vaultborn Tyrant, which would also see all the other stuff. That'd be another 6, so 24, but Vaultborn would trigger off the Verdant Suns, the T-Rex, and the Sire, so 3, 6. You get the idea. It's a lot of life. It's a different way to potentially pick up a few wins. Of course, against the aggressive decks, I do have to go decently faster, and that's why we have Topiary Stomper. It's a creature. It can't block until we have 7 lands or more, but still, it's something for 3 that gets me a land, gets me a little bit closer. I could play 2 Topiary Stompers on turn 4 with the Castle Garenbrig. I could play a Topiary and a Clifftop, 2 Clifftops. Just get a bunch of lands, play Ghalta, possibly play Verdant Suns, but also the Silverback Elder there. I haven't really tried it too much before, and I'm not super hot on this sort of effect whenever you cast a creature spell. The best thing this deck can do is Ghalta Stampede Tyrant, which puts everybody out. I would only get 1 trigger off of Silverback, but if it goes to more of a grindy nature, perhaps that would be quite nice. Of course, you don't always go off with Ghalta, so if you land the Silverback Elder, you play a Vaultborn next turn, boom, you gain some life, Vaultborn enters, sees itself, it triggers, and you gain 3 life right there, and things just start to get out of control, out of hand for somebody who may not have killed you yet. I mean, if they had killed you, you'd be dead, you'd be on to game 2, but you get the idea. Sideboard wise, Palani's Hatcher if perhaps I want to go a little bit faster, but also if I'm facing off against some sort of opponent with a sweeper. A wide range of those, destroy all your creatures, so I do have the chance to just boom, kill them on the turn. when I drop a bunch of stuff. Flame Sweep for, I guess, some aggressive stuff, but if this plan really does work out, if I do pick up enough wins against the aggressive decks, just, well, enough for me, perhaps I could see myself trimming Flame Sweep. Back to Nature still, I mean, for the enchantment decks that seem to be non-existent at the moment. 5-color Overlords, all of those Overlords from Duskmourn. And Pithing Needle too. Staying in, 100%. Cat Food combo, well, it's not doing a whole lot when you name Cauldron Familiar and stuff like that. But, we'll get, 5 minutes, okay. I was getting up there. It was pretty good though. I would love to talk for half an hour about stuff. Go off on tangents, maybe some of you guys give suggestions, which certainly you can, watching right now or later on whenever it is. Leave a comment on the stream or in the Discord. Doesn't matter. All good. All good. And maybe a bunch of you probably are sleeping. Yeah, I would imagine. So maybe the week has been rough and you've already passed out. Listening on your drive to work. Maybe it's a little bit chilly, kind of like it is for me. We started to get quite a bit of snow and it's alright. New vehicle's doing good. Brand new winter tires, so don't have to worry too much about that. Oh, maybe this is going to be the all-time record. If we get more than a wait of 2 minutes and 10 seconds. Okay, Bops. There it is. Maybe it's going to be a mythic opponent. Oh, Terra Maripo. Name doesn't sound too familiar, so I don't believe I've faced this person before, but I am keeping that hand basically perfect. With those 4 lands, I get to 6 with the Sunken, 2 other lands, and Castle, but Topiary Stomper, technically that's representing 7 mana. Silverback at some point, get another land. You can see how lovely it is. Okay. We don't really need Clifftop Lookout, but let's keep in mind there could be a Thoughtseize, something like that. Cut, how's it going? Hopefully all is well with you. All is good. Good for me. Good for me. I'll keep Clifftop on top, just in case they Thoughtseize away the Topiary Stomper in my hand. I want to be playing something on turn 3 to go that much faster. Okay, well, that's fine. Of course, Clifftop is better than Topiary. Clifftop could grab a Sunken or a Castle, but it grabbed a Castle, that's alright. Topiary Stomper would have only grabbed a basic forest, which is pretty good. If you're missing out, oh, that could be rough. Oh, they're cheating out Valgavoth. This is going to be very problematic. Now, we'll go with T-Rex. That's going to be the best clock possible. We have to be as aggressive as we can. And I would imagine Valgavoth is being cheated out this turn with the whatchamacallit from Foundations for 4. So we may not be winning this one, sadly. Definitely with the Ape, I'm liking it. It's just a bunch more big bodies. And well, that's really what the plan is. Big bodies that gain life with Verdant Suns. We got the Topiary Stomper as well for some nice stable ramping, but also Topiary being the big body to trigger the Vaultborn Tyrant to gain life and draw a card, and Verdant Suns to get out. There's the Zombify. Whoever would have guessed they would go with Zombify. I don't know. We do have one left over, so I can go with Topiary Stomper, although it really doesn't do anything at this point, sadly. Gain 4 life? Guess we could. Actually, Fear of Missing Out is an enchantment creature, so that's pretty sweet. Cut. You're already seeing some value. Of course, we have basically lost at this point. That's really all it is. Could be very problematic. Valgavoth I don't think is going to ever attack. Maybe they will this turn, but they don't want to leave themselves open, I don't think. Next turn. It may come down to a bit of a staring contest, possibly. Of course, they could just kill some of my stuff. They could kill my Silverback Elder, then pay 5, replay it, or Topiary Stomper if they want a few more lands. I have to imagine they're probably going to kill Silverback. Oh, Sire of 7 does. It is something. I mean, we're already destroying multiple things. That's pretty darn good. Might as well get rid of Bitter Reunion. Has the potential to sacrifice, and creatures they control gain haste, so now I don't have to worry about being attacked with a bunch of stuff that Valgavoth possibly might have played. And we have to wait at least one more turn, but again, like I mentioned, okay, Fatal Push. It's going to be rough. I would imagine they'll spend 3. They can pay life equal to the mana value of something that has gone into the graveyard to cast it, and then maybe they'll attack with Valgavoth, but I still think they're not going to. It would be nice to have another Sire 7 Deaths. If we got that, it would continue to be a pretty painful staring contest for them. Maybe they don't have any more removal. That Fatal Push was the only one. It seems to be the case, I think. Reckless Stormseeker, not too bad. Of course, I am getting super duper flooded, and this list, as it usually is, sadly, 20 lands, even with 20, sometimes you will still get flooded. Something's going to have to give at some point here. Sire of 7 Deaths could be the deciding factor if I get a second one. A Vaultborn Tyrant would also be quite nice too. It really is a staring contest. I like it. It's working out. They're not attacking with Storm Charge Slasher or Topiary Stomper. That stuff would just die, and oh, fear of missing out could be. Oh, okay. It could be a little bit rough. Valgavoth attacking. Okay, not too bad. I don't think it's too bad. Sire of 7 Deaths. Oh, yeah. Okay, that's slightly painful. Take out the Slasher for sure. 2x will block that, and that. I like it. Yeah. I'm okay with 11. Imagine they'll replay that Topiary Stomper, but still. That seems alright by me. I think we're safe. I mean, they got a ton of life, so we do survive, which is quite nice, but oh, I talked about the flooding.
But you can't do this to me. You know how much I sacrificed?
Painful. At the very least, I'm up 14. Sire connects right now for 7, and then if Valgavoth attacked next turn, at the very least I would block to gain another 7, so that's okay, hopefully. If they just have a land, maybe, we'll see. However, the Tyrant certainly is problematic, so we do have to block with Sire just to survive, unfortunately, which they'll definitely play it. But that's how it goes. Gee, I wonder if they're going to spend 7. Oh, well, they don't. Interesting. Huh. I guess we do. Yeah, we do. Huh? Well, how about that? How did I forget? I don't know. Huh. Usually I don't forget about the infect thing. It doesn't come up too much, but it is nice to see that little green skulls, cloud, whatever you want to call it. But, phew, perseverance, that's what it's all about. It'd be pretty hard to not just concede on the spot when things start getting stolen, but just waiting in the face of Valgavoth. It's kind of like Phyrexian Obliterator in a sense. A Phyrexian Obliterator, 4 black for a 5/5 whenever it's dealt damage. Target opponent sacrifices permanents equal to the damage dealt to it. Something like that. If it attacks, you don't block, you take 5. But then if it attacks, it's open. It can't block next turn. And basically with the Phyrexian Obliterator, oftentimes it goes into a staring contest. That was weird. Everything all good? Oh, okay. Huh. Strange. Secondary monitor just refreshed. Odd. Huh. Okay, well, if everything's still good, that's good. Yeah. Huh. What was I on? I lost my train of thought. With that pain train I just dealt to the opponent. Okay. It's quite reasonable. Definitely, again, nice to have multiple creatures that cost 3. All of those creatures that cost 3. Grab a land, put it onto the battlefield. With a land being the most stable way to ramp. Feels quite nice indeed. Of course, it's going to be Clifftop. It could grab Sunken. It grabs Sunken.
Dang! Oh!
Next turn we could play 2 Topiary Stompers, Ghalta if it makes sense. But I think I want to set up for Ghalta if at all possible. Ooh, we got a Traxa. Sometimes that's painful, but sometimes it's not the worst thing in the world. They get it out, but then they don't have any mana to play the spells that a Traxa gets. Oh, they zombified. They cheated out something big and nasty from the graveyard. Oh boy. We're not dead yet. I'd certainly rather stare down an Atraxa Grand Unifier than Valgavoth. Yikes. Right, folks. I say we set up for Ghalta next turn. Of course, I would like a Vaultborn Tyrant, but that is not the case. Lovely stuff happening right here. You have a bunch of creatures for 3. There's a very good chance that you will get to double up with both of them. With that activation of Castle Garenbrig here, like you're seeing. Boom. Tap 4 lands, got 2 more mana, 2 creatures that potentially, again, would have triggered off of the Vaultborn, the Verdant Sons. Now we're on track for Ghalta next turn, of course. I mean, it still is going to be pretty bad. At the very least, I will be gaining a bunch of life off of the Verdant Sons avatar. A Vaultborn Tyrant would be ideal. But then it begs the question. I could trim Silverback Elder, replace the 4 copies of that, and I don't know. Some creature that gives everybody haste. Palani's Hatcher or Regis or Alpha. Would that be better more often? Possibly. Of course, I would love to attack with everybody next turn. That's just not gonna... Oh, the Sire of 7 deaths. Well, I like that. I like that indeed. Is this going to be scary enough, powerful enough? It's really hard to say, but I'll put everybody out. I'll gain a bunch of life. I don't know if this is going to lead to a win, but at the very least, we did stabilize. No attacks. But again, it would have been nice if Silverback was quite a few options that give every creature haste. Cactus Folk Sure Shot. Every creature with at least 4 power gets trample and haste at the beginning of combat. I still think I prefer that maybe over Regis or Alpha. Yeah. Oh man. Shucks, they fatal push to Topiary Stomper. Oh, that hurt. Can't kill any other creature because everybody else is over a mana value of 4. Okay, they're paying a total of 10. That's pretty good. Smacking us with a Traxa, unfortunately. So you can see how we gained a bunch of life, but it's really not going to help that much. We definitely want a Tyrranax Rex. Yeah. I'm not bitter when I face off against Bitter Reunion. Bitter Reunion? Is it bitter? Yeah. Well, then you kind of... I mean, you gain a bunch of life, but you don't do a whole lot else. I easily, as many of you may have seen, just have straight up killed the opponent the previous turn. That would have been pretty lovely stuff. Keep the Sunken Citadel there at least, and well, we'll see what they do to Ghalta. 2 demons. Gotta get it out of the way at some point. And hopefully no more lands. No more lands. Don't do it. I'll leave it there. Maybe they thought season take 2 because they think I'm holding on to something good, but probably not. Ooh. Excuse me. But against something aggressive, some sort of hyper aggro, if that scenario could have happened, it would have been nice to stabilize. We definitely would have, and our bodies likely would have been bigger. Okay, well, we got something. Taking out reflection, so Silverback is putting in the work quite nicely here. Good. No copies of the demon again. Not today. We'll wait. 5, 6, 9. So they need 9 to play Valgavoth. I'm okay with that. I'm really hoping to get an Archdruid's Charm. Carnage Tyrant would then take out a Traxa, and we could somewhat freely attack into all this pain and suffering. Oh boy, 6, 8. They're getting pretty close to Valgavoth, and that tends to hurt. A bunch of demons, the unholy annex. We got to get some. Well, Sire of 7 Deaths. It's not nothing. At least take out one of those. All right. I'll still wait. Really, Archdruid's Charm seems to be pretty much the one thing that is going to get us out of a very sticky situation, especially with both those demons. They would both trade with Verdant Sons and Silverback and Carnage Tyrant. Won't be able to stabilize forever, but well, we'll see. Huh. Interesting. Okay. We're not dead yet. Let's not get too excited. No more. Verdant basically doing nothing to help us in this moment. Unfortunately. Well. We don't attack. That's for sure. I would imagine that's probably going to be it. Of course, I did persevere that first game, but it's not looking too good. Maybe I could somehow take out Valgavoth if I go with Archdruid's Charm, but then they could cast their own Archdruid's Charm because a card left the battlefield. I think it's only on their turn. Let me see. Oh, during their turn. Okay, so they can't do that particular thing. So if I did get an Archdruids, I could maybe take out Valgavoth. That Verdant Sun's Avatar for them, that's just gonna do it, I think. They don't have nearly as many creatures as me, but yeah. Sire 7 does that. I mean, it's something. It's definitely something. Kind of like this. Now they would have to block with quite a few creatures. The demons, both of those plus Verdant Sun's Avatar would have to block to take it out, which is, yeah, I kind of like that. Interesting. I mean, they're certainly not that worried at this point. They are at 52. I wouldn't be worried. But if they attack with Valgavoth, I could double block with both Sires. I don't think that scenario is going to happen, but maybe they have another Valgavoth in their hand. Or they just kill it, because they're at 52. They can easily pay the ward of 7 life. I think they want to cheat out a Titan of Industry there with Zombify, I bet. It's all going to be scary, really. Whatever the opponent grabs, everything is, well, not everything, but there's a lot of big, nasty things, and sometimes it can differ a little bit depending on a player's preferences. Some of their favorite creatures, some might not use Titan at all. Many people do in a deck like this because it's a pretty fantastic creature. Ooh, Fatal Push. Yeah, well, you don't attack with Valgavoth. Okay. Archdruid's Charm, let's go. Ah, that's not Archdruid's Charm. We're into a staring contest once again. Oh, Cityscape Leveler. They're taking out a Sire. Okay, well, no coming back from that. Certainly they'll pay 7 and then pay another 7 to cast it, and yeah. Rough stuff. Okay. Clifftop. No Cliff. We'll trim Topiary Stomper. Actually, I want to trim Silverback Elder. Keeping the Topiary Stomper, bring in Palani's Hatcher for the haste potential, because we may have to kill him. It could get into a staring contest again, but I'd rather just kill him on the spot by simply snapping your fingers. Boom, dead. Everybody hasty. Of course, they could have removal for Palani's Hatcher, which is why I always like to advocate for more than just 4 copies of that. Why I often use 4 Regis or Alpha. Ooh, that's not gonna do it. Ooh, that got even worse. It's bound to happen at least a few times though in a night. That hand definitely ain't right. Eventually. Oh, yeah, there we go. Perfect. Well, not perfect. That would be nice if it was the opening hand. If they have Thought Seizes their stuff, do it. Do it. I know you wanna. If they did it right there, they wouldn't be able to get rid of anything. Feels good, and I may need these lands. Oh, that's too bad. So close. Why couldn't it have been turn 1? Oh, well, there you go. You might. Too late. Good stuff. Oh, and it. There we go. Turn 4, 7 mana. Clifftop Lookout. I did rag on Clifftop a little bit in the Discord there, but yeah. Well, that's a decent recovery. Hopefully not drawing Ghalta Stampede Tyrant next turn. That would be not the most fun in the world. Of course, Ghalta, there's nothing else to put out. It's just 8 for a 12/12 trample, which is decently sized, but yeah. You want to make use of Ghalta's ability, at least putting one thing out, and hopefully that one thing being big, but zombified is okay. That's going to do it. I mean, we'll see if we draw a Tyrranax Rex next turn. That's basically what we're looking at. Archdruid's Charm is not going to cut it. No 3. Okay, no. This is not happening. They got Zombify next turn again. Titan of Industry. No. But we'll bring it back around. I think overall, it's an interesting idea. But it's too much of one thing. Just a bunch of life fizzles out. You don't actually have... Well, you do have a decent bit of power to kill the opponent, and... Yeah. I like the haste. I miss the haste so much. I don't like messing around, grinding it out, maybe playing a big thing, maybe getting to attack with it next turn. Maybe the opponent untaps and they have mana to kill something. Maybe they're tapped out because they see red. They think you're dead. Boom. All of a sudden you drop a bunch of creatures with Ghalta, one of them being Palani's or Rakdos or various other things to give haste, and then all of a sudden, well, the opponent's at -10 or -15. Even in the face of a few creatures they have, it's still very deadly. Like this hand, could be. 2 Sunkens and a Forest is quite fantastic, but with the Clifftop as well. We only need to see an Archdruids to get the Castle Garenbrig itself, Clifftop, which could get it if it's the land closest to the top, but still very nice. Eventually. I feel like I've faced Gerimidus before. A lot of names sound familiar, but again, I do face the same kind of pool of opponents. Oh, if you had a turn 1 Thoughtseize, you goofed up. Or hopefully they still don't use it. Maybe they were waiting to see what kind of the idea is. And then they go with Thoughtseize. Has to happen right now. You have to get rid of Clifftop. Generous Plunderer. We should probably read what that does. I've seen it a bit here and there. Hey, I would splash. Well, I wouldn't splash for Leyline. I'd just add it in and bring it in for game 2. I wouldn't even have any sources of black, but I could think about it. Maybe. It's certainly not... It's basically the easiest thing to hate out. Yeah. That's all there is. There's lots of ways to get graveyard hate. Oh, I got Castle Garenbrig. Yeah. We're definitely playing Vaultborn Tyrant. Maybe T-Rex will see what the opponent does. Something's up. They did give me a treasure, so if I draw a Ghalta, the opponent is dead. Effectively. I think. Maybe this is also reanimation. It's hard to say. Okay. Well, Vaultborn. We want to draw into Ghalta. We want to get Ghalta ASAP. If they kill Vaultborn, that's okay. It's one more draw. It's one closer to the thing. The thing that is going to kill him. And of course, just playing Vaultborn to begin with. Every other creature that I play other than Clifftop. It's lovely. I gain life, I draw a card. We're going to get Ghalta at some point. 2 Verdant Sons avatars. That's just absolutely nuts. So 1 Sire, 14. 1 T-Rex, 16. Both T-Rexes, that's 32. Plus the 14 is fit. Yes, it's a lot. Rakdos Demons. The previous was Rakdos Reanimation with the Demon package, of course. Unholy Annex, Ritual Chamber. Absolutely amazing. Amazing card. Ooh, where is it? Well, I like Sire of 7 Deaths, I gotta say. Big reach. We'll get there. If they don't kill Sire of 7 Deaths next turn, they have to kill it next turn. They can't let it attack. And if they can't kill it, they don't attack into it. That demon is not doing a whole lot. It's not blocking Vaultborn, I can tell you that much. That'd be one of the worst trades ever. They would lose a 6/6 flyer, but I would just get another copy of it. Gain more life, draw a card. Okay. Generous Plunderer is a little bit scary, but we'll get Ghalta Stampede Tyrant at some point here. I am very excited, especially with the Vaultborn. For 3 for each big thing, so 1 T-Rex is 16 plus 19. It's almost 20 life for 1 T-Rex with both Verdant Sons plus the Vaultborn Tyrant. Alright. You may not have to attack with everybody the turn they enter with haste if you just gain so much life that you would just live until the next combat anyways. Guess they're going to pay 7. They're looking at it. Oh boy. They may just kill Clifftop Lookout, so Generous Plunderer is able to attack. It has Menace. I could see that happening. But still, it is nice to know they have to kill Sire. They have to do it. And if they can't, it's just the biggest world of pain. Oh, really? Okay. So you got removal for Sire, do you? I guess so. Did you not know it had reach?
Call an ambulance! Call an ambulance! But not for me!
Okay. Like Monstrous Rage. Huh. Okay. Still first strike. Still don't care. That didn't do much. They can't return a token to the battlefield. I don't know. I'm just as confused about that play as you guys are. Really don't know what's going on, but a win is going on.
Ruthless aggression!
Keep it the same, I guess. I mean, Back to Nature could be good, but I'm not super scared of Unholy Annex. It does chip away a little bit, draining 2 life if they control a demon, but it also could drain the opponent if they don't kill a demon, which is quite nice indeed. So, yeah, just keep it as is. And of course, with the Silverback Elder, we do have the possibility of destroying Unholy Annex. Or a Fable. There's probably Fable in here somewhere. Hey. Seems pretty straightforward though. But it is a fairly different deck. So perhaps it is a little bit hard to combat, especially being uncommon. The method of winning, at least tonight's just gaining a bunch of life from a bunch of big creatures, and a lot of those big creatures are scary because they're big, but also because they have lovely abilities, and you might not be able to kill them with Tyrranax Rex, Carnage Tyrant, or they just feel bad if you kill them, Sire. But if you don't, then they feel extra bad. You see Sire, you kill Sire on the spot, 100%. Don't let it stick around for a cycle. Man, Sire 7 Deaths is so good. Oh, I still feel just as high on that card as when it was spoiled. But we do see Thoughtseize. We did see that. Hopefully keeping a hand with a bunch of lands like we did that first game. That's how you get them. Sometimes I do kind of wish for a mulligan. The hand that I get, I have to put a couple cards to the bottom. Maybe I keep a hand with 5 lands and 2 creatures. Boom, those 2 creatures to the bottom. Turn 1 Thoughtseize. I don't lose anything. Love it. And also depending if those mixtures of lands might be a sunken, a forest, castle, something else. I could be looking at 6, but I don't lose a big creature to the Thoughtseize because it's not in there. But then there's such a good chance that I'm simply going to draw into that big creature. It could be a Silverback, a Carnage, any number of things. Ooh, 1 land to 1 land is not grand. 1 land, no lands. Well, that's going to be it. We have to keep at some point. Got to return some stuff to the bottom. A 4-lander, it could be rough. Turn 1 Thoughtseize is going to be quite painful if that happens. If it's not turn 1 Thoughtseize, I'll take it. Huh. Oh. Folks, I went down to 4. We're going to make the opponent snore. Oh man, did he do this? Oh, certainly Archdruid's Charm. Archdruid's to grab and put the other Sunken out. But, well, another treasure, that's pretty good. So now, if we see Ghalta, it's going to be extra painful. Unholy Annex, it's not that bad. Okay, here we go. I love it. Just play Sire 7 Deaths next turn, and they don't have removal. Or Ghalta. Ghalta, you can do it. Ooh. Not the case, but it's okay. They don't have any black, which is, pretty nice. Sire's going to be problematic. As long as it sticks around to hit them next turn, that would be nice. Connecting for 7, and then they would have to pay another 7 at some point to take it out. A swing of 14. Pretty decent. Okay. Blade of the Oni. Well, they won't be owning us very much. My deck's gonna Oni them. Huh. Seems like a Rakdos Aggro. I'm still not overly certain of what this opponent is doing. Archdruid's Charm is going to be quite lovely. We're going to take out the Generous Plunderer. I imagine they're going to attach Blade of the Oni onto Generous Plunderer, but then we'll use Archdruids to shoot down the Plunderer with its mode and gain a bunch of life. Wait and see what they do, of course. Yeah, we can take 3. That's gonna hurt. Ooh. I might do it. I like gaining a bunch of treasures when I have a bunch of life to gain. Stabilizing a little bit, but I don't recall ever seeing Generous Plunderer before. This might be the first time. Huh. Don't really need Carnage Tyrants, but we'll play it. It's another big thing that might scare the opponent. Might as well sacrifice one of those treasures, get another blocker in the face of all this menace the opponent has going on. But like I said, you don't kill Sire right away. Good luck. Now I'm gaining 16 life every cycle. If Sire of 7 Deaths is able to block, I can stop one of the creatures that they have, but I don't think it makes much sense at this point. They have to kill Sire, but now they're at 7, so they can't. Sire of 7 Deaths has hexproof. They target it, they die. There you go. That's what it's all about. I think it's mostly over at this point, but you never know. Some weird sort of shenanigans, not necessarily weird, but something surprising could be up the opponent's sleeve. Rakdos Aggro. I think that's what I'll call it in the chapters here. I don't think there's a way out, and maybe I should throw up a good game. Finish it off. I mean, 8 damage is pretty good, but I am gaining 8 back with the Sire, so that's fine by me. They dealt 8, gain 8. Take a little bit from the Blade of the Oni and Generous Plunderer, but they have to be dead next turn. Maybe they can sweep somehow, using up the treasures that they have stockpiled. Huh. Okay, there we go. And I guess they did have a little bit of something up their sleeve, that fling. So it seems like it's Rakdos, Aggro, treasures. Fling? No, that's not fling, that's flame. I thought they were going to fling something big with the monstrous rage and whatnot that they used to pump up one of their creatures. Fling, you pay 1 in red, sacrifice a creature, deal damage equal to its power. Yeah, never quite seen it before. I'm just glad I played a lot of big stuff. Sire of 7 Deaths seems to be the only thing you need. Do I need Verdant Sun's Avatar? Is it wise as a way to beat aggro? Probably not. Could just have a sweeper. Trim Verdant Suns, which sometimes would help win, but something other than that would help win more. Something that gives every creature haste. Comparing the two ways to accomplish a win. I don't really care how I win. I mean, I do, but the goal is to win. If something I've added eventually helps me get a win down the line, that's good. That's good. You've made a similar one. Well, I'm glad you're loving dinosaurs. Maybe just as much as me. Well, at the very least, you're seeing some good ruthless aggression here tonight. But I love spicing it up, though. Playing a lot of big stuff. Having the potential to play just about anything. As long as it only requires green, but also a little splash of red. I could technically have any creature in here. Bloppa. How's it going? Hopefully all is well with you. Ooh, all won't be well with the opponent. Perhaps. We're looking at a Yorion companion. Now what does that indicate potentially? 5-color Yorion enchantment stuff. But still, we're on track for 7, possibly 8. Of course, Stomping Ground, boom. Something's up. We look for an opening to go Archdruid's Charm. I would Hey, there we go. We got 5-color Overlord enchantments. This is deadly. Deadly for them. If we can pull off a win in game 1, they don't know we have Back to Nature. Instant speed, 1 in the green. A win against this deck. That's pretty much what it means. Might as well have another Verdant Sun's Avatar to get him. Mexico. Saludos. Bueno. I think that's about all I know. Of course, the weather down in Mexico, much better than here in northern Canada, that's for sure. Okay, -2 Stomping and Scrylands. Definitely, I mean, that's basically the best. And going to that point, perhaps you have a bunch of dual lands that are not a forest type. Red and green dual lands, if you have a lot of other red stuff. But sometimes you might be able to have it be mono green, and that would be a little bit easier on the mana base. You could do mono green with this plan. However, if you have Castle Garenbrig, you definitely want quite a few forests just to meet the requirement of it entering untapped. If you have too many non-forests, you really kick yourself. Those non-forests simply could have been some forest type land, any forest. It could have been a basic forest. If it means Castle Garenbrig enters untapped at a very crucial moment, that could be make or break. However, we might be breaking the opponent's will to play when we go back to nature here. Yeah. Ooh, oh man, that's good. What? I don't know how cold it is here. It's like minus something. We've had snow. I sprinkled salt out on the sidewalk in our driveway because it was getting pretty bad. But no trim Verdant Sun's Avatar. We also have the Silverback Elder, which would destroy the enchantments that this 5-color enchantment deck is using. Never seen snow in your life. Oh. I just opened my window and chilly. Very chilly. Yeah, maybe I should take some pictures sometime. Lovely. That first hand, one land, not going to do it. 1 Archdruids? Yeah. I could see us only needing to cast 1 Archdruids. Going to be grabbing Castle Garenbrig, but also Commercial District. We'll see if there's a land on top and we play that coming up here. Ooh, that's about, there we go. Don't need a Silverback. I want to possibly draw Castle Garenbrig next turn. Ah, okay. Okay. It can be hard with 2. Oh my. There it is. There's the cavern on top. Could be dead next turn. We reach 8 on turn 4, but going with the caverns, any land that can't be a source of green for Archdruids could be problematic. It's not fun. Oh boy. I could have taken it out before it became a creature, but I want to reach 8 next turn. And that might be it for them. They gain some life, that's okay. Hopefully I draw some other big creature next turn to further increase the value that Ghalta's Stampede Tyrant is about to put down. Oh, beautiful. Love it. That might be it. Again, Silverback Elder could be just about anything else. It didn't really do much because, well, it cares about a cast trigger. A 5/7 that is kind of unnecessary in this situation makes you think, huh, Silverback, some creature that costs 6, something that costs 7. Something that gives everybody haste, which would have likely killed the opponent right then and there. Something to keep in mind though. But yeah, going back to Bloppa's point there, lands that only tap for colorless, it only has to happen so many times where you can't cast Archdruid's Charm. Oh, I could include both Atali's Diva, 100%. Yeah, Could do it tomorrow night. Hey, you look at Silverback Elder. Silverback Elder right here could have been one of the Italis. Primal Conqueror definitely is my favorite because it has that enter the battlefield effect. Taking the top card of your library, the top card of the opponent's. Quite nice, quite nice. Sometimes you don't hit much, especially if the opponent isn't playing super impactful things, individual impactful things, but it's always fun to roll the dice. Itali Primal Conqueror, 3 things in one. The creature itself, plus the two free things that you get. I like it. Then of course you can't transform it, but if you have enough mana to transform Itali Primal Conqueror into Itali Primal Sickness, the opponent might just concede at that point anyways. Yeah, at the very least, Itali Primal Conqueror, maybe all 4 copies. That'd be pretty sweet. Could be pretty hard to cast it. I might sprinkle in a forest, not a forest, a mountain, just potentially to get that second source of red with Topiary Stomper and whatnot, but well, we're gonna smack them. I was just double checking that the opponent didn't have a second land. Keep in mind they have Zur Eternal Schemer at instant speed. If they had 1 and a white, they could make Overlord of the Flood Pits into a creature, then block advantageously and Leyline Binding. Get rid of Ghalta, I guess. That's alright, I think. Yeah. Hopefully they don't get rid of Sire, but all it could take is that Back to Nature. The first of 3 Back to Natures. It's coming up at some point here. Cards on the bottom, no card. We're almost a quarter of the way through. A reasonable chance. But if I did get Back to Nature, I would get Ghalta back, and I don't have any extra creatures to put out, sadly. 4 Italis. Oh. That does happen. I would imagine it happens, especially Diva, if you steal something really nice from the opponent's library. Nobody likes seeing their stuff get stolen and then played by the opponent. That alone is nasty, but then Itali itself, nasty. Ghalta, nasty. And again, keep in mind, they can make Leyline Binding into a creature, an enchantment creature, a 7/7. But that's okay-ish, because Sire has First Strike, and that stuff does not. Take out Leyline Binding to start, and there you go. Get a Ghalta to... Well, we get a Ghalta back. That's alright. And hopefully they don't have another Leyline Binding. But if I could... Ghalta Stampede Tyrant could put multiple Itali Primal Conquerors onto the battlefield. So you get those triggers. You would just choose which Itali Primal Conqueror to keep. But you're getting 2 free things from the top of your deck and 2 free things from the top of the opponent's. And that's pretty fun. It's addictive. But again, where's that Back to Nature? Topiary Stomper, I mean, at the very least, it is thinning the deck. It takes the land out of the deck and increases the chance very slightly that'll draw something other than a land next turn. So it's not the worst thing. Ooh, they got I wonder if they have a Leyline Binding. We wait and see what we draw out. Okay. Just play Ghalta, the second copy in the second main phase here. Never mind, I played Topiary Stomper. What am I thinking? That doesn't work. Where's Back to Nature when you need it? Oh, that would have been so good. Again, we could dial it back. Go into the Silverback Elder case there, the turn when it entered. Boom. I don't feel like blocking. I don't know that's going to make much of a difference. Really need Tyrranax Rex at this point. If I got Tyrranax Rex, they could possibly be dead due to the poison counters. And T-Rex would connect. Even if they made Overlord of the Flood Pits into a creature, T-Rex has to connect at least with 1 point of damage, and then they would get to 12 poison dead. That would be pretty cool if I won another game or another match with the poison counters. Overlord of the Boiler Bilges. Scary stuff. It's also very scary when you get even more copies of Ghalta. Of course, multiples put out on the battlefield is lovely with the Vaultborn Tyrant triggers, or simply just seeing Ghalta. But hello, how's it going? That will do it. It's not going too well for game 2, but yeah, it's all right. We didn't see one of 3 Back to Natures, but I have a sneaky suspicion we'll get there. I'm gonna trim Silverback Elder. Yeah, I'm doing good tonight. I'm doing good. Hopefully you too. And, again, I would imagine most people are much warmer than me. However, bringing that Palani's Hatcher. Dinosaurs they're doing good. They're doing good. I gotta say, it has been quite nice to try this different angle, gaining all the life. Quite a bit different, but it doesn't really sit right with me. Of course, it is a small sample size, but still, that hand, it is nice to see Back to Nature. Okay, I think that's better. A much nicer mixture of creatures. I'm definitely keeping Vaultborn and Ghalta. Clifftop. We'll get Clifftop out of there. Clifftop might grab a castle or a sunken. Archdruids always grabs the thing we want. The thing we want most or need. Yes, definitely. Oh, wow. Look at that. Now Archdruids is grabbing that Castle Garenbrig because, fortunately, I drew. Oh, and the Back to Nature. They're dead. Folks, I think they're dead. I gotta say, I have a good feeling. And it's nice you're able to join me live and see the destruction for this enchantment deck. Oh no, they're absolutely good blop, 100%. They're not going away forever. But I just want to try something different. A different angle, a different way of possibly winning. But now, I say we've possibly just won. Eventually here. 7 mana. Turn 4, let's go. Ooh, lovely stuff with T-Rex, but we play Vaultborn. We want to draw into the next land. Not quite yet, but we will get there a little bit sooner. But yeah, no, it's not that Palani's Hatcher or Regis or Alpha are bad. They're likely coming back in tonight. Yeah, it's just every now and then I take out something that I have used so incredibly often, and I wonder if they're going to go Leyline Binding. Let's see. What's the bet? Or they exile it. Oh, that's not nice. Oh, definitely in Standard. And sadly in Standard, you don't have Back to Nature. That would be quite helpful for all of you guys that are in green. Just go Back to Nature and win against this particular deck. I think they would play enchantments, but again, we're keeping Archdruid's Charm, and we want to grab the next land. It's going to be Commercial District, so we at least get to surveil. We see what's on top. If it's another land, I don't want it, because with one more, I'm able to make 8 for Ghalta. I don't imagine they would have counter spells, but even if they play more enchantments, it's fine. If they had played more enchantments that turn, I still would have had 2 left over to go with Back to Nature, and sitting pretty, that's for sure. It is very nice with Commercial District. It's a nice utility. If I just need one more land, boom, I get that, plus a little bit of benefit. Topiary. Maybe. I would keep Topiary. If I also had Vaultborn Tyrant in my hand, drawing a card and gaining life off of Vaultborn, but because I don't care. I don't want it. No. Oh wait, no. Oh, wrong one. Now the question becomes, are they going to do something to it? Probably. Hopefully it's not another Vanishing Verse. Or Tishana's Tidebinder. I have to imagine at least Leyline Binding is getting rid of Palani's, but it could get rid of T-Rex. Leyline Binding at the moment... Okay, it's not fully reduced. They don't have red, which I think more often than not... Yeah, more often than not it is 4 colors, come to think of it. Okay, that's something. It's not a very big something, but... Huh. I mean, it's definitely the least scary thing they could do. Least scary thing they could probably play. Huh. No. Alright. Got him. Lovely. 11:34. Okay. There you go. I think we'll leave it there for tonight. Of course, I would like to go 2 hours, but I think that is a fantastic nightcap because you see how lovely was that. I gotta make sure I kept up the aggression. Yes, it is a very nice game. Palani's Hatcher could have been the Silverback Elder. That would have had a lot less bite to it. That turn would have had a lot less bite to it. If the Palani's was the Silverback, so it gets you thinking about a bunch of different situations. You're like, maybe this way is actually better. The ruthless aggression. But yeah, it definitely was strange. I'm just surprised they didn't have a Leyline Binding. You basically always assume it's going to happen. It's like a fact of life. Leyline Binding for 1 or 2, because they have a bunch of land types similar to Thoughtseize on turn 1 or 2. Ready for it at the very least. I had Back to Nature, I just didn't have to use it. Alright. Yeah, we'll leave it there for tonight. Thank you everybody for watching right now. Later on, whenever it is, have a good rest of your time zone. Hopefully you enjoyed. Take a big bite out of that like button if you haven't already, and yeah, peace. See you later. Oh, it's stay warm. Definitely stay warm.
Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained?